Why you should stop describing your specific person as having an avoidant or anxious attachment style. Hello beautiful soul, welcome back to my channel. This is Priya, your manifestation coach, and in this video I'm going to shine some light on why you should stop describing your specific person as having a certain attachment style if you're manifesting the version of them that you prefer. But first, if you would like to get coached by me, I offer an online course, Manifest Your SP Mastery. This is where I show you step by step how to manifest the version of your specific person that you desire. I also offer monthly group membership coaching. This is where you can get live coaching with me on a weekly basis to really stay on top of your manifestation game. And finally, I also offer one-on-one coaching. You can get access to any of these offerings by simply clicking the link below in the description box. Okay, let's get back to this video. Why you should stop describing your specific person as having an avoidant or anxious attachment style. So this is a blind spot that has been coming up a lot lately in the comment section, and I really wanted to shine some light on this. When you're manifesting the ideal version of your specific person, when you're in a loving, committed relationship with your specific person, where they love you exactly the way that you like to be loved, where you are always seen and heard, you never want to be describing your specific person in an unideal manner. You always want to be describing them the way that you prefer for them to be. This is like manifestation basics. It might be true that in this version of reality, your specific person is an avoidant or an anxious attachment style. However, if this is something that you do not wish to experience, if instead you desire to experience a version of your specific person that is whole, that is complete, that knows how to hold space for you, where you are in a loving, committed relationship with them, stop describing them as an avoidant or anxious attachment style. Because when you describe them this way, they have to continue to show up this way in your 3D reality. Your subconscious mind will always prove to you your assumptions that you hold about your specific person. So a lot of people are unaware that by holding that story that their specific person is a certain attachment style, if it's something unfavorable, then they're going to keep manifesting this version of them that they don't want because they keep describing them in an unfavorable manner. Moreover, if we zoom out for a second, let's go back to cause and effect. Your specific person is always reflecting back to you your self-concept and your stories about them in your consciousness. Your specific person is always playing that role. This means the assumptions that you have in your consciousness is the cause, and the way that your specific person shows up in your 3D reality is the effect. So when you're describing them as an anxious attachment style, for example, that is the effect. So when people start working at that level where they're in an anxious attachment style, and this is how we deal with it, and this is what we do, you're working at the effect level. You can't change an effect with an effect. If you want to change the effect, you go to the cause, meaning you begin to describe your specific person the ideal way. You begin to describe them as somebody who is whole and complete, as somebody who always makes you feel seen and heard. This is when you will experience the version of them that then shows up this way in your 3D reality. It's on you to start describing them differently, to form a new assumption that says, well, actually, me and my specific person are in a loving, committed relationship. They always treat me the way that I like to be loved. I always feel seen and heard in this relationship. I have the most amazing relationship with my specific person. If you go to the effect level where you start getting involved in, well, they're in an anxious attachment style, and this is how I deal with them, this is what we need to do, and this is what we don't do. You're playing at the level of the effect. But if you want true change, where you want them to show up whole and complete, and where you want to feel seen and heard in your relationship, and you want to manifest the aligned version of them that already exist, then you need to go to the cause, which is your assumptions. change your assumptions to align with what you want. Begin to describe your specific person the way that you prefer for them to be. And when the new story that you're telling about your specific person becomes a dominant story within you, dominant meaning you're telling the new story more than you're telling the old story, your subconscious mind must produce proof of this to you in your 3D reality. So my message to you is, stop describing your specific person in unfavorable ways. If it's a version of them that you do not wish to experience, yes, it might be true in this version of reality that they are a certain attachment style. But if it's something that you do not wish to continue to experience, it's on you to stop describing them that way and to start describing them in the ideal manner in your consciousness. Start to describe them the way that you prefer for them to be. And when this becomes a dominant story within you, your subconscious mind must produce proof of this to you in your 3D reality. This is when you will manifest the version of your specific person that you prefer. This is when you will align with the version of your specific person that you prefer, because remember, there are infinite versions of your specific person. Creation is finished, and all you are doing by changing your stories about them in a favorable way is you're aligning with a different version of them that already exists, that already thinks, feels, and acts in accordance to the way that you are describing them. That's it for this video. I love you. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful day or a wonderful evening. Mwah.